Hey everybody, it's Cindy over at paper.old.new. Thanks for stopping by my channel and spending some time with me today. I am working on our 100 days challenge. We are on day 14. I got a long way to go. All right. For any of you who are new to my 100 days challenge, I decided to do a 100 days challenge on Tina's 100 week mass makes. She does 100 weeks of mass makes, and I thought I've been wanting to do them, so I thought, why not give it a shot? Now, day 14 is envelopes, and as you can see by that abysmal, I have trouble folding straight, and she kind of freehands these. She made the comment, this one was a little better. She made the comment that I had a couple of other practice ones, but I don't know what I did with them. They're probably around here somewhere. I don't know. Anyway. Story of my craft room. She freehanded them, and she did not use a punch board because she wanted to do this craft and make it, let everybody know that, hey, without a punch board, you can still make really cute envelopes. So I don't have a punch board. I have a scoreboard that will let me mark for envelopes and then cut, but I don't have an actual envelope punch board. So we are going to freehand it, and I'm going to try my best to make straight folds. You will still see me using my board a lot, just because it helps me to make everything straight. Now, the size of your envelope, these are 6 by 6 squares. You do need square pieces of paper. Sorry, what you're going to need for this is glue. I do use a pair of scissors to cut notches like the punch board does. And then you'll need, let's see what else. You can actually use any piece of paper, and later down the road, I've got some pieces of paper that aren't exactly square, and we'll look at how to make them square. And then, of course, glue, and that's pretty much it. Square paper, glue, and you're good. So I folded a flap up, and I tried to get my corners as level as I could so that I could use this line to fold straight. I'm telling you guys, my folding is abysmal. And then I'm trying to keep my folds on the sides even. So if I lay it on there, hopefully up this side will be straight. It's not quite. Sometimes at the top it gets a little off. I can't tell you how many times I've had to refold my envelopes. Okay, and then eyeballing it, I try to get this the same as what I fold over here. So just eyeballing that that's about the same amount of paper, and then eyeballing that they are right across from each other. So like one's not lower than the other. And hopefully that will give you a straight envelope. Okay? And there you go. You have an envelope. That's pretty much all there is to it. And the size, the width, and height of your envelope is going to depend on how far you fold this first. Now, there is a limit to how short you can fold that because your flaps have to overlap. But other than that, you can make these envelopes pretty much any size. And then I get a little bit of a straight line. Oh, that's not straight. This is where you find out how straight you folded your envelope, because if you can't get these to line up, then your envelope is probably crooked. And I think mine is crooked. Okay. All right, well, we'll make it work. And then what I do is when you open this up, just to get rid of some of the bulk, especially if you're going to use cardstock or a heavier weight paper, there are little notches here. Now, up in the envelope flap that opens and closes, they're a lot smaller. But down here in the bottom, they tend to be bigger. And I cut straight up and down for the bottom flap. Okay, straight up and down along the folds for the bottom flap. scissors are not listening to me. Okay, and then on this one, on the side flap, I tend to cut it at a slight angle. Not a lot, just a slight angle here, so that because these are going to go in, and then the bottom flap's going to fold on top of them, and I don't want that to catch, just like we do with any of the coin envelopes or anything. So I just cut in slightly. It doesn't have to be a lot, just enough to get it out of the way, so it's not in the fold. Okay, and then you're going to close those over, and you're going to fold that up. And that's your, wow, I missed. I cut too far over on that one, I think. That was totally a me. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I cut too far out on this one and too far in on the other one. I'm telling you guys, these things take practice. I will say that. And I didn't cut enough off of there. I made, like I said, I have these two. This was the first one I made, and it is all kind of crooked all over the place. And I can't tell you how many times I unfolded it and refolded it. And then I did a couple upstairs that turned out okay. And then this one. And as you can see, I'm still making abysmal folds and stuff. So it's the freehanding is a practice thing. Now, of course, I have also seen videos where people do these like all off kilter on purpose. Okay, now I'm looking for a flat spot. Tina cut them rounded. Okay, see this where it's like a rounded. I think I did that. And then on this one, it's straight. I see a lot of envelopes with this straight spot. So I've been trying to just fold this in flat. Once again, we talk about my straight folding because that's not. It's hard for me to fold triangles because I have no flat edges to line the, like when you fold a piece of paper in half, you've got the edges to line up with. You got nothing to line up with. So yeah. And then there are two little notches right here, and I am going to cut them all out. I know they're not big, but I think it makes a difference in the folding, and I just get in the habit of doing it. So when I'm doing cardstock ones, it's almost a necessity. Now, the inside of my paper, as you can see, this is not double-sided paper. So the inside of my paper, this is going to be whatever you want to do with the inside of your paper, as far as whether or not you want to line your envelope or like that. You have to decide how you want to. You could obviously line it with some sort of paper. This is what's going to show. So if it were me, I would probably get a rectangle with a triangular piece that fit. That would be what I would do. Or my favorite way to do this is, okay, now back to what I was doing. So if you get a brush and some ink, you can make the inside of your envelope look pretty nice. Now, I usually find a spot to get rid of some of it, although that might have gotten rid of too much of it. I just like to start somewhere. Oh, I forgot to empty it. Huh. It's got a little green in it. I don't hate the mix. Sometimes I mix colors on purpose, so. I'm just kind of going down into where getting ink all over my board and making a mess. And, you know, it's crafting. It's fun. Okay. All right. And then we're going to fold these. And then what you'll do is you'll put glue on these edges and across this bottom edge. I do across the bottom edge. I don't remember if she did across the bottom edge. And then I go up the side edge, and then you can kind of fold and see. Actually, this can go all the way up to where I folded it. So I'm going to glue. It's kind of like the same idea with the coin envelopes, making sure all your edges are glued down. Okay, and then we just put it down and voila. Envelope. It's not too bad. It's crooked. Oh man, is it crooked. This end is narrower than this end. You guys see that? I'm telling you, man, I am not one for folding straight. I will say this. When you do the bigger ones, it seems like they're easier to fold. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. But they seem easier. So let's see if we can't. All right. We're going to place my ends to try and give me a flat spot. And we're going to come up right here. I'm using my board, guys. I can't seem to fold this envelope straight without it. Okay? And then without turning it this time, I'm going to fold in to right there and up along this outside line. I don't have an envelope punch board, but I do have a grid mat. So at least this time it'll be straight. All right, and then try and fold this down as close to center as possible. And there we have it. Okay, I think this one's actually going to turn out really cute. I like this one. All right, I'm going to unfold it and cut all my notches. And I don't think I'm going to have to refold this one. Now, of course, if you fold straight, you don't have to do all that mess I was doing. But I don't fold straight, as you can see evidenced by some of the envelopes that I showed you. They are abysmally folded. But, and it takes me longer because I'm doing all the lining up and stuff. She just did them really quick and they looked great. So, to all of you out there who fold in straight lines, I applaud you. Okay, now I can show you what I mean by what she did before. Oh, wait, I gotta make sure I don't cut it too low though. Okay, as long as I keep the flower. So you can fold, I fold it over. This is how I do it. That's the other thing. She just eyeballs and cuts a curve and it looks perfectly even. I'm not really sure. I mean, if there are classes that you can go to learn how to do these things, but. Okay. And then I usually end up having to trim. Okay. So you can get a little curved spot there, and then when you fold your envelope over, you fold that up, and that looks really cute. Okay, so let's put our glue down. Well, and as you can see, mine meet in the middle. That's perfectly fine. It just means that your envelope is kind of narrow, I guess. I mean, this one's almost a square. So I think that turned out really cute. I like the fact that the flower landed there. I kind of went for that only because these flowers were in the corners, so it made it kind of easy. The other thing you can do, of course, is use your punch. A lot of envelopes have rounded flaps because that's a corner of a piece of paper. You can get it in your corner rounder. And sorry, it's also the glued edge. Okay, that one turned out better. Where you have any kind of overhang, like where I cut those flaps at the bottom when I was trimming my notches out, of course you can trim those up, and there you go. Cute little envelope, ready to be decorated or just put in a book as a pocket. I feel like that one doesn't need a lot of embellishing. And let's try some different paper. This is all from as you can see, I have this pad here. I've had this pad for ages. And every once in a while when I need square paper, I pull it in just so I can use some of it up. So, yeah. Okay, let's try this one. I think we're going to go to something bigger after this. Half. Okay. Sorry, guys, I'm using my lines. So basically what I've done, for any of you who like the idea of using your grid, I have laid my... Man, it really puts it off one. I have laid my paper so that corner to corner, they line up on a row of dots. Across these, if you've seen these Fiskars, or a lot of the mats probably have them. But you line it up on something so that it lines up along the same line. And then you can use your grid lines as fold spots, which I am. And then because of the way you lined it up, you can also use them to do your side folds. So I will bring this in. Maybe we'll bring this one in less. Just bring it into here. If I can. Just bring it into right there. Nope. You gotta come all the way over there. You would think that little straight spot at the bottom would keep the rest of it straight. It doesn't. Slightly off amplifies all the way up the side. So, okay. We're gonna, if I can get a hold of it, we're gonna bring this over to meet that line. Like that. So that my sides are the same size, and then bring it like that. All right, there we go. Now see, this one's wider. See that? They were the same size piece of paper. Okay, so it's going to depend on how far you fold this will make your envelope narrow. I mean, short this way. And then of course, your width is determined by how far you fold these in. Now, you do need overlap. So there is a limit. They have to overlap so that you can glue the envelope together. But other than that, you are able to do whatever. See, and then if all of this down here is folded straight, it's easy to get this right. All right, I'm going to cut my notches. It's weird trying to hold this and cut this little spot. Maybe that's just me. I don't know, but might have to do with the fact that my eyes are crooked. Because I keep trying to cut off the line. Okay, so we are, let's see, this will be, I film ahead, again, for anybody who's joining me late. There is a playlist. Feel free to go check mine out, or in the description box below, you'll find not only the link to my playlist, but you'll find the link to Tina's playlist. So make sure you head over there and check that out. What was I going to say? I do film these ahead, so today is the 16th of November. This will be going up on the 29th of November. I've started scheduling them, so I do have an idea of when they are going up. What the heck? What? My scissors weren't scissoring. Don't you hate it when your tools don't do what you tell them? It's very, very... There we go. That fixed it. Hopefully I didn't cut it too short. I didn't. Yay! Okay. You can also do that cutting method with the top flap if you don't have one of these. I feel like the top flap doesn't necessarily have to be as exaggerated, but of course if you want one of these rounded flaps for your top flap, then, you know, obviously you can cut it that way. Did I cut notches out? Yeah, I did. They're not behaving themselves. Okay, anyway, so this should be when you're watching this. And so there you can get an idea that I am about, what? I said I'm filming this on the 15th and it's going out on the 29th. So I'm about 15 days out from myself. I want to give myself space. Like, for example, the day I'm filming this, tomorrow I'm going to be gone for 3 days and I won't be able to film any. So, you know, my kids work. It's just going to be me and my daughter that go away for a few days. And, oh, I didn't ink this or anything. So if you don't, now Tina made a comment in one of her videos. I don't remember which one it was because I think I watched 2 on the envelopes. Because of course she's going back through them for the 3rd time. So she has a 14, a 114, a 214. And one of them, she took coffee in a spray bottle and she sprayed the lining. So you could put, you know, you could do something like that where you take coffee or tea or whatever and you spray the inside of your envelope and then you set it aside and let it dry, and that will color the inside of your envelope if you've already glued it and you want to do something about that, like me. I already glued it and I didn't do anything about it. Okay. And on these little envelopes, I like this mid. I think this one's too small for an envelope, but that's just my personal opinion. Okay, and there's that one. Okay, so let's move up to a bigger piece of paper. I got out, you know me guys, I get awfully ambitious with these projects. So I got out tons of stuff. Let's do, look, this I got from a thrift store. It was a 8x8 Tim Holtz pad, and it was only $2, and it only has 2 pieces of paper missing. I was excited. And it's 2 of the same piece, so whatever that piece is, I don't have that. Wow. The glue on the back that holds it together has gotten really stiff. Okay, you win. I'll use that one. All right, let's try. Now, this is heavier. I think I'm going to put the black on the inside. This is a heavier card, so we're definitely going to want to do the let me see where I can line them up. Ooh, this one's not going to be friendly with me. That's close. Okay, we're going to pull it up like that. And I eyeball all kinds of stuff. I mean, I'm eyeballing how far the fold goes close to the dots. I'm eyeballing whether or not this point lines up with that point. I'm trying to eyeball everything I can that will make this a straight fold. Okay, so we're going to do that. Did we move? You moved. Dagnabbit. No moving. This is also going to help me with my side fold, so you can't move. Sorry, guys. Okay, so we're going to fold this over to right there. Okay. Man, making envelopes is tough freehand. Sorry, I know I'm being quiet. So yeah, when I'm recording this, I have a couple of days coming up where I'm not going to be here. So that's why I'm trying to get myself ahead. Okay, it's just going to have to be what it is. The problem is it throws the top flap off. Now, like I said, this is card. So this is definitely one where we want to take the notches out. So here we go. We're going to cut straight on the fold that we'll see, or on the notch that we'll see. And I'm going to give this some space at the bottom. And then same thing on this side. Straight on the flap that we'll see. And give it a little space at the bottom. Now, because the flap comes up and you see this piece, I tend to cut this one, both of them straight. But, I mean, you could slant it. Okay. And then we are going to try and cut this one at a curve because I think it's too much to fold it, to double it over itself. I think that would be too much. And it's not cooperating. Okay, we get that little point and cut it off. Okay. And we fold it in and we fold up. And there we have it. We got another envelope. That one was in too far. I mean, the other thing, I look at it and I say, you know what? They're handmade. It's all part of the handmade envelope process. You're not going to get perfect if you're hand making something. We do the best we can to get them nice. And that's about all you can do, right? Okay, get all this glued and then we'll have this one made. I don't know what I can decorate this one with. I don't have it off the top of my head. I haven't been doing any grungy stuff, so I don't have off the top of my head. I don't have anything like ready. I wanted to make one though. I wanted to pull this thing out and make one. Okay, now this envelope's bigger, so we'll try the biggest thing on my punch. Now, if you just have I'm pretty sure that if you have the one that just does the corner, I think it does this one. I'm not positive. I know it doesn't do that one, but okay, and then there's that on there. Oops. Okay, and we've got a nice, look at that. That's cool. I like it. All right. I think I'll pick paper to make one more out of 8x8 paper. Then we'll try one with something. Actually, what I might do is make one with some 8x8 paper to decorate. Not that, this. And then we'll try one that isn't square. we're gonna do one of these green rose ones. And lordy, I hope that perforation is not part of my 8x8. It's not. And I'm gonna cut it with a blade because I hate the little bumpy pieces. Well, I don't like them when I'm trying to have smooth edges, obviously. That feels a little rough, but it's not too bad. It's not the same as if you had torn it. Okay. So we have this one. Now we're going to do the same thing we did with the other with the Tim Holtz paper. I'm going to fold up. Try and keep it straight. Okay, and we're going to come over. I'm not going to come over a lot this time, although I think that might be the same amount. I'm trying to make one that's a little more rectangular, but I don't know if I nailed it. I think if I fold it right there. Yeah. Okay, and then we're going to fold it along there. And we kept everything. Yeah, that one's more rectangular. Okay, that worked. Okay, and again, this is card. So I'm going to cut the notches. I mean, I've been doing it on the paper too. My thing with it is if I get in the habit of doing it on every one of the ones I make, then I don't accidentally leave it. I don't know. The bulky corner is just really hard to, it's hard to fold. It's hard to work with. The only time cutting the notches really causes a problem is if you end up having to refold. And then you might have to trim your notch, or like I did on that one. I had that one envelope that I refolded and it messed up the notch. We're going to try and decorate this one, guys. So we're getting to the end. But I like these. I like how they turn out. I like the fact that I can make my own envelopes and I don't have to worry about like having the punch board. I mean, those punch boards got expensive there. I don't know if they still are. I don't know if they've come down any in price, but they got expensive there for a while. So I was kind of not on board with wanting to buy one. So I was really actually kind of happy to run across this video. I mean, I had the general idea of how to make an envelope, but of course, it's always nice to, you know, learn new things. Okay. Let's put all our glue on. The funny thing about it is, well, Thanksgiving is what you're, it's going to be right after Thanksgiving. The funny thing about it is, when you're seeing this, when I'm filming this, the couple of days I'm about to go away are for Christmas shopping. That's the point of this trip, is to do some Christmas shopping away from most of my family. Now, of course, my daughter will be with me, so anything I find that I like that might be something I would get for her, I'm going to have to figure out how to get it and not let her see it. That one's being uncooperative. Okay. Look, you. All right. Now, I like the way these turn out, though. I mean, I really do. I think that it's great that you can now make, I can now make envelopes out of any kind of paper I want, and I can make them look like anything I want. So, you know, I think it's great. Okay, I'm going to ink this one up. We're going to ink it up, and then we're going to decorate it. I don't know why I must have mixed pads at some point, because that's vintage photo. It has a pinkish tinge to it. So at some point I must have mixed it with something by accident. Okay, so we're going to ink all around here. I have no idea what I'm going to decorate this with, but we're going to give it a shot. let's ink this side. This will be the side we decorate. Now, of course, you can make these as, like, you tuck them in a pocket, and then when you open the envelope, there's like a piece of paper in there, or a vintage document, maybe, if you want to put vintage documents in your journal, you know. Oh, you know what? Oh no, did I do it? I did do it. Yeah? Yeah, did. Oh, I want to do... I forgot to, I should have, if I was going to decorate this one, this is the one I should have inked the edges of that, and I forgot. Okay. There's air trapped in there. All right, let's go to my go-to here is my Tim Holtz stuff. Just because, if I'm honest, I'm trying to get rid of these. I'm trying to use them up. I've had them forever, and I can't ever find anything that I like them on. Ooh, I like that on there. So they sit. And they drive me bonkers. And I'm like, I'm never going to be able to use these. I can't find anywhere I like them. I like that one better. No. No, I don't. I like that one better. But yeah, and it's mostly because they're this stiff chipboard that I just don't. I know I complain a lot. Sorry, guys. It's not my intent. All right. Ooh, kind of like that on there. It's like one of the ones, but I've pulled it out of the background. Like that. Okay, let's use that one. And we're going to use... What else are we going to use? We're going to use... maybe a piece of this. I'm just going to cut a piece off and maybe we'll use a piece of this. I got these because I want to put a stamp on it. I mean, it is an envelope. Of course, the thing is over there where the stamp normally goes, so I might have to rethink. We might have to rethink where we're putting it, as far as that's concerned. These are just Tim Holtz stamps. These aren't. See, over here it doesn't look the same because it's the flat side is over here. So, I mean, I could pull it over some. You can overlap the stamp a little bit. I don't want it to be over the stamp too much. Maybe I shouldn't use a red stamp. I don't like the way that looks. What I need is a... Ooh, is this one green? Kinda. Is this one kind of green? Yeah, maybe that one. Okay. And then I'm going to go into my label bin. Have all these labels. We're going to use one of these. I don't know if I should use a big one. I could, like an address label. It's funny, I got this pretty rose paper. I'm going to cover up all the roses. I guess it's a good thing I'm putting a rose on there. Is that that's too small, you think? I think that's too small. I like the shape on here, though, and I don't want to use, like I have these, I don't know, maybe I'm out of them. I've been using them, so I might be out. Oh, these. I have these really big ones, which might be a better fit. First of all, I don't think I have any more pink ones. And second of all, I really like the shape of the other one. I wish I had some of these, but bigger. So it'd be like that. We'll probably put this down under the label. And we're not done. I'm not done, but let's get this stuff down and then we'll go from there. Okay, because I'm going to have to ink this. I don't like the white, especially not against here. These are relatively easy because my thoughts for these are somewhat like make it look like an envelope, kind of. What did I do with my scissors? Guys, you have to keep an eye on me. I've told you this in the past. If you don't keep an eye on me, I bury things and lose things and misplace things, and I really don't know what happened to my scissors. Okay. I just want to trim these perforated things off of here because I can't stand them. And when I ink it, it just makes them more noticeable somehow. So I can just get rid of them all together. So I keep talking about my shopping trip. And I keep not telling you the things I keep wanting to tell you because I get into whatever it is I'm working on here, and I'm telling you guys I can't walk and chew gum at the same time anymore. The hotel is like in the downtown area, which is really cool because it means that we get to walk everywhere. And there's all these restaurants nearby and shops and all this kind of stuff. So I'm kind of excited to just going to go like this because you can then wipe it. Because these are, it stains, but some of it comes off. Because these are that shiny chipboard, so the oxide doesn't soak in, but it kind of discolors. Okay, now I can put this on because I should put the pin back in the art clear glow. So I was looking at maps of the area. There's one shop in particular that I know I want to go to, and there's one area that we know we want to go eat. We've been here before, and I want to go to this one area. It's like a giant food court, but it's not attached to shops or anything. It's just in the middle of the downtown area. And it's got all kinds of international foods. So you get to try all kinds of stuff. I love it. So we're probably going to go down there. And all the stuff is within walking distance of the hotel as long as you're willing to walk. You know, I mean, some of it's a decent ways, but as long as you're willing to walk, you can get, you know, some really cool food to try. All right, I want to mark this. Here, here, here. And where would the rose go? The rose goes... You know, I thought it was my nails, my fake nails, that made it so that I couldn't pick stuff up. It's not. Okay, so like that. I'm debating on how to connect the lace over here, or what to do with the lace once I get it over here to the rose. I might just go up that side and let the lace glue. Okay, so that's where we're going to put our lace. So we'll start. Listen, glue gun. So we'll start here. I didn't bunch and the glue dried, so I'm gonna try and get that to and we want to come around this turn, kind of mush this together a little bit. So I'm excited to try. It's one of the things I like about traveling, trying restaurants. Anybody else? And my daughter had gotten to the point where she likes to do that too. So that's part of the trip she's excited about. I don't know how excited she is for the shopping part, but I know she's going to want to buy, well, she's 14. She doesn't have a job. So she's going to want me to buy stuff for her, stuff that she finds that she wants for her brothers and sister for Christmas presents. I'm going to let this be out at an angle so that some of it can go under the rose. There we go. And then what I think I'll do, let me see how this is going to go on here, because I'm going to put this on the, it kind of sits up. That lace is really, okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to go all over this, and then I'm going to do the bottom edge with hot glue, and I'm going to try and push it really flat. You ready? See how we do. Come on, you can do it. I believe in you. Or maybe you can't. He spit out one little bubble and said, nope, that's all you get. When I was looking at the map, I remember seeing there's a crepe place. I mean, I'm gonna have to walk blocks for all this stuff, like multiple blocks for all this stuff, but you know, it'll be good exercise for all the food I'm gonna eat. Okay, let's put a glob of glue. Why are you bubbling? Guys, my hot glue is bubbling. I've never seen it do that before, so I'm a little worried. But as long as it lets me push it flat, I don't care. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that's the little label in there. My son, I've mentioned before, plays video games on YouTube. He's trying to get his channel off the ground and all that kind of stuff, and he really likes Dungeons and Dragons also. So sometimes as a family we'll sit around and I play, just, you know, spend time with my kids doing games and whatnot. So there's a store where we're going that's within walking distance of the hotel that does that kind of stuff, and I'm excited to go there because I want to get gifts for people there. I'm trying to decide what, like I might hot glue all of the bottom leaves. I try to limit how much hot glue I do on a single piece, because if it's something this big, by the time I've put hot glue all over it, the hot glue where I started is starting to cool and harden, and the piece doesn't go down flat, which ends up bugging me, I must say. So I try to minimize. It's still bubbling, guys. I don't understand what the bubbling is. I don't know if that means it's extra hot. I'm not really sure what's going on. It's still bubbling as I push it onto the paper. I'm going to have to trim. There's too much glue sticking out there. I like the way it looks, but I'm going to have to... I don't know if I can get rid of all this hot glue. Well, maybe while it's soft. Sometimes I'll take my craft knife to it and I will like cut pieces away from the sides. So I get my craft knife and I do this. So I'll cut like this. And sometimes if you catch it early enough, it will peel off of the paper and it won't tear it. Oh. It's going to make a liar out of me because it just tore it. Oh, now there's a torn spot. I'm telling you guys, I do this all the time and it works great. But this time it just wants to be obnoxious because I'm on camera. I might cover it with a bow or something. I need something down there anyway, so I might figure out a bow or something I can put down there. I'm not real good with bows, like tying them, so I don't know, but I might try and come up with something. I do know what I do want, though. Oh. You know how many times, you know how I'm always saying I would love to be able to tell you guys, you know how I'm always saying I would love to be able to tell you guys I'm coming to you from my brand new craft room? Yeah. Wrong color. I might end up having to use just plain old white unless I want to use gems. Ooh, maybe these. I kind of like those on there. I don't know how these come off though. I feel like it's a sheet. Yeah, the whole thing is a sheet. I don't know if there's any craft stores near where we're staying, but if I find one, might have to wander in and see what's there. Although I am trying not to buy anything right now. I'm trying to behave and only buy Christmas presents and use up my stash before I go trying to put anything else in this little cubby space I'm trying to live in. Because it gets really tough to find things in here sometimes. So, okay. What do you guys think? Yeah? I like it. All right, so this was... Let me put my stuff away. This was week 14 of Tina's Mass Makes. We did envelopes, no punch board needed. A little patience needed if you're picky about your envelopes being straight and level. They turn out really cute. I love the fact that you can pretty much use any paper you want. Oh, real quick, I wanted to show you the... it's not square. Of course, that means I have to pick a piece of paper. Come on, Cindy, you can do it. Oh, these are punch outs. That's kind of annoying. All right, let's just use this. Okay, so if your paper isn't square, this one's close, but not quite. You just fold it over till it meets on the other edge. Now, obviously, if you don't want to crease in your envelope, don't crease this. But you need to get it to hold together. However you need to do that. Maybe you clip it so that it stays. I don't know. And then you basically just cut this extra piece off and it will leave you with a square piece of paper. Well, once again, if my scissors would listen to me. Okay? And then you have a square piece of paper to work with and you can make your envelope. So that's all you need to do. Just make your edges meet and then voila, square. I'm not going to make another one. I'm going to let you go. So I will see you guys tomorrow with, what are we? Day 15. And I will talk to you then. So I hope you're sticking with me and get some supplies and mass make with me, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.